All that I am, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality, so that you may herald in a new age. You will become my force of retribution. Go now, and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
I will go forth, and I will oppose the rebellion, for I am Nurion.
You're listening to The Rebellion, a World of Warcraft podcast featuring Nurion from the Blizzmaster Network and That Random Geekcast, and the precious Day from Let's WoW and Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots.
What? Precious? No!
Welcome to the show. You are not prepared.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to The Rebellion. I am your host, Nurion, and I am joined by my precious co-host, Day. How are you, Day?
I am excellent. How are you?
Pretty good. So this is our first episode. I'm excited to finally get this thing going. We're planning on, we're going to have like 30 to 45 minutes. So I wanted to start with some introductions of who Day and I are. So go ahead, Day. You talk about yourself a little bit.
Well, as you just said, I'm Day. People probably know me from the Let's WoW podcast, as well as Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots podcast. Other than that, I'm in so many guilds all over Azeroth, so you may have encountered me there as well.
Including Team Day over on the Exodar server.
Yeah, Team Day on Exodar server, Exalted with Reality on Jubei'Thos, Trauma 2 on Thrall, Rebels of Azeroth on Draenor.
Right, absolutely. Well, I am Nurion. I have been playing WoW since right around mid-Lich King. About 4 years almost now. Yeah, about 4 years almost. I've been in a few guilds. I've been, always wanted to be a raider, and finally starting to get some raiding going, a raiding guild going. I am the GM of Rebels of Azeroth on Draenor. I'm also in Team Day on Exodar. I also do have a tune in CTR. He's not very leveled. I don't get very much time on him, but over on Iller Peak. But, I'm all over the place. I spend a lot of time on my guild tunes, my Rebels tunes. And, I'm also on part of the Blizzmaster Network. I am the Burning Embers writer, which is a Warlock column. We also have plenty of other columns over there for other classes. And that's pretty much me. I've got one of each class in our guild on a 90. I'm working on my third legendary for my healer. Whew. Another legendary quest.
You are
Yay.
insane. I have 2, and that's enough for the rest of my life.
So, anyway, I also wanted to give an introduction on what we plan on doing with this show. We're going to kind of keep it focused on as much WoW news as possible, as well as guild news for my guild, Rebels of Azeroth. So, any guild news I have, I'll pop in here on the shows, as well as... we're Day is a PvP queen, so we're going to have a PvP section for her. We will, some weeks we'll have some, we'll talk about add-ons maybe, or like a class, like a talent tree, or what we think, is the best rotation and stuff like that. Maybe like a workshop of some sort. So with that, let's get the show started. So Day, how was your week in WoW?
My week in WoW was full of PvP. I run on 2 3s teams right now, so we're running... Oh gosh, what are we running now? Warrior Mage Druid. I'm the Resto Druid. And we are also running Lock Hunter Holy Priest. And of course, I'm the Holy Priest. And so we've been trying to get that going. We don't really do it for the rating anymore. We're more of just a laid back, let's have fun with friends kind of threes teams.
Right. Yeah, I was listening to your Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots show on the way home from work tonight, and you were talking about somebody had to be a mage because somebody else wouldn't be a mage or something.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought that was pretty funny.
Because we're all about playing the classes that we love and we feel comfortable with, rather than just playing the flavor of the month comp.
The flavor of the month. So mages are the flavor of the month at the moment?
Oh gosh, mages have been destroying this whole expansion, to tell you the honest truth.
Really? Because my impression, my opinion of mages is that mages drool.
Oh gosh.
Warlocks roll and mages drool. That's just... I hate mages.
Mages do so well right now because they have a lot of CC. And then when they go with other classes that have a lot of CC, it's pretty much unstoppable.
Right. By the way, Coltrane, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I love you, man, but, 2-button mages, not so cool.
Oh my gosh. Mages do have a lot more to do in PvP, though. If you think about it, they're the ones that are CCing because they're going to probably die first. They're the ones silencing, interrupting, etc. So mages actually have quite a bit to do in PvP.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So what else you got? What else did you do this week?
I have actually been gearing up my Alliance Resto Druid because my other one's a troll. And I will soon be arenaing on that tune as well. With my buddies Kyle and Mark. And if you know me, you've met Kyle and Mark, Victory and Bullets. They've been on Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots and Let's WoW. So we're probably going to run Warrior Mage Druid, surprise! But we'll see how that goes.
I also know that you've been very excited. You started something new this week.
I did. So... I actually made a Death Knight quite some time ago on Jubei server. That's actually an Australian server. I play with Magic's Eyes there. And I was going to level it. I promise you I was going to level it. But for my birthday, Magic Thighs got me the Vial of the Sands. So I boosted her so I could learn it right away rather than leveling. She was level 58 or something. And... yeah, so I have been playing her, and I love it.
I know, and I saw you showed me a picture of her earlier, and she's very pretty. Very pretty.
Pretty is one word to describe her. I'm playing Frost right now, and I actually really like the way it feels. I really like being the biggest irritation in Battlegrounds ever. And I might actually... I ran some Battlegrounds with Kyle and Magic, and we might actually do an arena where I'm on a Death Knight. So that could be a thing.
That would be cool. As most people that know me know, I play a Blood Death Knight as one of my main characters. I like to say that I'm one of the main tanks for the Rebels raid team. Team Chwaka. We are the team without a cool acronym. He is up to 560 eye level now in PvE gear.
That's awesome.
Which is insane, yeah. I've also been missing my lock because my lock is my other main.
Yeah.
So, anything else you've been doing this week?
Yeah, I would just like to point out that the Celestials are giant jerk faces. Because I do them every week on pretty much all of my tunes. I do Celestials and Ordos. And the jerk Celestials are giving me tier gear and not prideful gear. What is wrong with that picture? I don't want tier gear. I don't raid on Druids. I don't raid on my Horde Holy Priest. What on earth do I need a 4-set bonus for?
I'm probably going to upset you a little here in the fact that I've gotten 3 pieces of prideful gear on my lock within don't know, last month, 2 months.
That's how this works. If you're a PvEer, you get prideful gear. If you're a PvPer, you get tier gear. That's just
That
what
I
Blizzard
have
does. They're
just-
like, troll-lo-lo-lo-lo.
And I have just ended up disenchanting it because I don't need it.
Oh my gosh, why would you disenchant it? It's fabulous gear.
I don't need it. I don't PvP.
But you can still use it if it's a better item level than what you have.
It's not.
It's just as viable in PvE now, which people still seem to not understand. Which bothers
Right.
me. Because resilience is no longer a stat on gear. So you can actually use it. It has PvP power, but it still has the primary and secondary stats that you need.
Right, yeah, PvE and PvP gear are a lot more similar than they have been in the past.
Yeah. So it bugs me when I get kicked from a raid because I'm in PvP gear.
That is pretty sad. People do some crazy things in LFR.
I don't kick people from Battlegrounds because they're in PvE gear. I'm going to start doing that. Vote to kick this person, they're in PvE gear.
That would be so funny. I would get kicked every time. So anyway, my week, like I said, Nurion hit 560 eye level, so my Death Knight is up to 560, and my Druid actually just got another Warforged piece from Ordos.
Nice.
So that's 3 pieces for her that are Warforged from Ordos. And that brings her up to a 538 eye level without the legendary.
That's pretty sweet.
Which, yeah, it is. She's coming up. She's doing well.
You're actually, can I just say that you're a very good Resto Druid?
Really?
You are.
I don't think so.
And I
My
play
numbers
Resto.
are never very good.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
They were better than mine before I went back to Holy Spec, which I should have done forever ago.
Yeah, it was. Again, I was listening to Dots and Hots tonight, and you were talking about going back to Holy. That was pretty.
I tried
pretty
Disc.
funny.
Disc is fine, but Holy is where my heart is. Always has been. People make fun of me, but I'm over it.
Nice. I'm up to the PvP section on my legendary quest chain for my Druid. So I'm dreading that because that is like the worst part for me. The secrets and the runestones isn't even the worst part for me. It's the PvP part. However, I did find a little bit of a secret to it. I run my PvP parts, the 2 battlegrounds that you have to do for the PvP section
I know them
of
well.
the quest chain. I do that like usually early Sunday mornings. And I almost 95% of the time get the win.
What you need is a team day pre-made. We've done that.
Yeah. So, and like I said before, this is my 3rd legendary, so my eyes are kind of going buggy over the legendary quest, but I definitely want to get it on her because I think my healing would be so much better on her with the legendary. I've been trying to work on my Warlock just in the last couple of weeks, or last 2 to 3 weeks. I have not been able to find my DPS sweet spot with him. In this week, I completely regemmed and enchanted and reforged him, and I just cannot find that sweet spot, Some fights are amazing, but a lot of fights I'm only rocking about 150, 160, and I want to find that sweet spot again. But I've had a rough time. I'm going to start playing with the rotation a little bit, I think, and kind of adjust my rotation and see if that helps out.
You're Destrolock, right?
Absolutely. Affliction and I are not best friends at all. We are mortal enemies. Cage from Blizzmaster, he tried to help me with Affliction. I've had multiple people try to help me with Affliction, and I don't know if it's just I'm not smart enough or if I'm just distracted, when I'm playing, so I'm not watching my dots. But Affliction and I just cannot get Affliction.
Well, I've noticed, like, on my Destrolock, which I just stopped playing altogether, they're so gear dependent, and if you're a little bit behind, it's so noticeable.
And you know what? Our raid team has mostly needed my tank, so I haven't really been able to work on his gear. I think he's like 548 right now, so I am a little bit behind in gear with him. No, actually, he's over 550. I don't remember exactly what his eye level is, but I am a little bit behind on his gear. So it's just one of those things where you can do better, and you just spend a lot of time on the training dummy and a lot of time on Noxic and Icy Veins and just kind of researching. Oh wait. Did I just say somebody's researching his class?
Oh my gosh, you are not.
Is that a thing?
I don't think that is a thing.
You think maybe I could start a trend with that?
Can you
research
please?
The class? That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Especially with boosted 90s. Please research your class.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some real horror stories about LFR with boosts. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with boosted characters. But, yeah, I agree that, spend some time researching and learning rotations and learning your gearing. And listen, do not boost your character and head straight to LFR. You need to take care of that 483 gear and do something with it. Get some other pieces and gem it and enchant it and reforge it. I know reforging isn't going to be a thing when Warlords comes out, but, gemming and enchanting is still going to be a thing for the most part. And that all needs to be done. That's part of taking care of your class and taking care of your gear.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, wanted to move forward. Guild news, Rebels of Azeroth. We are growing. We are up to over 114 accounts with over 275 tunes. And the reason I feel that is a good accomplishment is because we're a very young guild. We started back in August is when the guild was started. And we're talking the end of August. I think it's like August 27th is the actual date. So, for what we've done in, 8 months now, I think that's a pretty big thing. And I'm trying to make us more community focused. So, we're starting to do more invites on our flex runs, where we just, we hit trade chat. I usually broadcast out, hey, we're running on a flex run. Anybody is welcome to join, and truly anybody is welcome to join us on our flex runs. I would love to fill a flex run full of 25 people, whether they're guildies or not. I mean, obviously my guildies are important, but we still have empty spaces to fill, so why not bring community members in, other people on the server, other people on other servers. So, if you want to join a flex run, we run on Friday nights, and we run on Saturday afternoons. And we are currently working on Wing 3 as far as progression.
We actually did finish Wing 3 when you weren't there one time.
Oh. Okay. So we're farming Wing 3 again. No. I think we're still working on, progressing to make the fights to make the fights habitual, where you're doing the right thing every time. So we still have people learning the fights and stuff. So but seriously, anybody who wants to join us on a flex run is certainly welcome to.
And I really have to say, I was just really have to say, I joined you for a flex run when I was still on Exodar and ended up coming over and joining your guild. Your guild is just so amazing at making people feel welcome and not making them feel bad if they make a mistake or something. Like, they're really, really, really patient. And that is so hard to find.
Yeah, I got a lot of great people in this guild, and I got a lot of great people in leadership positions in this guild. So, I am so proud of all my people that are, you know, in my guild and in leadership spots in the guild, because they are what makes the guild. Not the guild leader, it's the people in the guild is what makes the guild a guild. And you're right, they're awesome. They are absolutely awesome. And you said very patient when somebody makes a mistake. That's because we all understand that we're learning together, that this is a social game. You know, we even have a Facebook page, you know, because that's what an MMO is. It's a social game. We all play together. We all learn together. We all live and die together, basically, if you really think about it, you know. So, so anyway, normal mode, we're up on Thok, you know, Team Chwaka, like I said, the team without a cool acronym. We are up to Thok, so we're currently progressing on Thok. And that's it. I mean, you know, we got pretty much the rest of it on farm up to Thok. Spoils and Malkarok, we still kind of, you know, have a few wipes here and there. But for the most part, we've got it on farm up to Thok. Thok, man, he's a tough fight.
Yeah.
He is a tough fight. So we'll get there. We're getting through it. So enough about the guild. WoW news. There really isn't a whole lot going on with WoW news right now. You know, it's pretty quiet. So, you know, a little bit of this is rehashing basically what's out there. But Warlords pre-orders, you can still order your Warlords. Digital copy, you can do a regular copy. I think it's $49.99, or you can do the deluxe copy for $69.99. And with the deluxe copy, you get the mount and the pet.
The mount and the pet are so worth it.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Okay, my favorite thing about the little pet is when you mount on your Dreadraven, a little heart goes above his head. But also, if you mount on your Raven Lord, he gets a little heart. It's so cool, yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. That it's interactive like that. That's I'm my favorite pet is my Merkalot from BlizzCon. I love my Merkalot. He goes with me. He goes everywhere with me. And you know, this week I got a pet drop. It's a little stone guy. I can't remember his name, but he's like a little stone elemental.
Oh, I remember you talking about him in Guild Chat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like, hey, where did that come from?
Oh,
you know?
Magic Thighs made me Pierre.
What's that?
Magic Thighs made me Pierre. He's that little, like, stove guy.
Oh, cool.
He is adorable.
That's awesome. That's very nice of him.
He is far too nice to me for my own good.
So with Warlords pre-orders comes the level 90 boost. So, Day, what are you going to be boosting, or have you boosted already?
I've actually already got my free boost, which was my Alliance Resto Druid.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because what happened is she was actually originally Alliance. Like, I played her Alliance for probably 4 years. And moved her over to Thrall so I could do Horde Arena with her because my Arena partners left. But now they're back. They're Alliance side, so I had to have a Resto Druid.
Nice.
But I also paid to boost the Death Knight. Which, don't worry, I have been reading and researching. I don't just, like, jump into... Well, I did go into BGs, but I was doing, like, Alterac Valley and Isle of Conquest, where it's quite easy to hide behind other people.
Wait, you paid $60 to boost a Death Knight?
Yeah, I'm lazy. What can I say?
You're crazy. That's like paying $15 for a hat.
Yeah, but it's worth it, in my opinion. And now I can play with Magic Thighs, so still worth it.
That's what makes it worth it, is being able to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Again, that's what an MMO is all about. So I got a question for you, Day. What have you done on Timeless Isle lately?
Celestials and Ordos.
And
And
that's
farming Hulan, I guess.
And that's it.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Timeless Isle was very short-lived. I don't see where a whole lot of people are doing a whole lot of stuff on Timeless Isle anymore. I mean, you're right. I do Ordos, I do Celestials, I farm some rares to get lesser charms, so I can get my Warforged
Yeah.
seals, but that's it. And yeah, once in a while, if I catch Hulan on the way to Ordos, I'll slap him around a little bit and try to get the mount. My son just hit 90 a couple weeks ago, and we used the Timeless Isle just to get him some gear, but the gear was very short-lived. He's already got some flex gear and other gear. I think I made him a weapon. I even made him a blacksmithing weapon. I made him the Moon Cleaver, which was the 476, and within 2 hours he already had a better weapon. It's like, really, so I don't know. Blizz definitely needs to, if they want the Timeless Isle to live on, they need to do something more.
Well,
give us more to do.
I think it has lived on in that people can now gear their alts a whole lot easier. So you actually do see quite a few people over there, especially now with the influx of boosted 90 characters. So they actually are doing the Timeless Isle so they can get gear.
Well, I can tell you, all my alts already have a full set of gear.
Yeah.
Sitting in their banks, just waiting for them to hit 90, but unfortunately I don't have the time to level all those alts. I do actually have one character of each class. So, that's a lot of leveling. Okay, just in case you guys didn't know, our listeners, Siege of Orgrimmar, as of March 18th, is now cross-server on normal and heroic modes. So now you can invite your friends from other servers, and you can play with them and raid with them in Siege of Orgrimmar. So thank you, Blizz, for doing that, because, I've got some friends on other servers that would most definitely love to come raid with Team Twaka.
I want to raid with Team Twaka. Where do I sign up?
Periodically we need to fill holes. Last night, I had to work late, so I actually couldn't raid. So, we had to pull our guy Vodka in to heal so that one of the other guys could fill the tank spot. So, and, speaking of Vodka, he's the one that runs our flex runs. He is awesome. So with that, there are some 5.4.7 hot fixes this week. There was a character boost problem, and they resolved an issue where some boosted characters were unable to see the portal to Pandaria in capital cities. So if you were a boosted character and you went to Stormwind and your portal wasn't there, that's fixed now. I'm going to let you talk about the priest thing, Day, because you were pretty excited about that when we were talking earlier.
Yeah, I had noticed that when I was doing arenas on my Holy Priest, that my Prayer of Mending was not doing an awful lot of anything. And it turns out it was not benefiting from PvP power like it's supposed to, because PvP power directly corresponds to like the amount of healing you can actually do. And
that's almost like intellect to your spell power, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
But PvP power increases the amount that you can actually heal in battlegrounds and arenas. So that has now been resolved. So I haven't actually tried it since then. So I'm curious to see if it actually will like heal me now. Like, it was funny because stuff when I'm PvPing, like especially in arenas, all the other team is on me all the time because kill the healer and the DPS will die, right? And
healers must die.
Right. And I would cast it on myself while I'm kiting people around, but it actually wasn't doing enough healing for me to even warrant casting it on myself. My health bar would not even move when it would bounce.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was silly. I was like, did I break my priest?
That kind of makes it tough to heal and stay alive.
Yeah, I died a couple times because of that, not gonna lie.
Nice. In rating news, or rating fixes here, Throne of Thunder, they reduced the health and damage of Gurabashi, Armani, Drakari, and Firaki. I can never pronounce that right. The ads during Horadon Encounter have been reduced by 20% on Raid Finder difficulty. So let's make LFR even easier.
What are you talking about? LFR's the hardest.
No. No. How many people actually queue into LFR and then go AFK? Oh, wait, that's most of the raid.
I do that. I'm like, bubble prayer of mending, see you later!
Right. So, moving forward, we are now at the PvP section of the show, and this is all day right here. This is her cream of the crop, her butter. Well, this is what she loves to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let her talk about some PvP stuff, and then we're going to move on to the next section of the show. So it's all you.
Okay, I just have to say that if you want in-depth PvP analysis, no, that we don't do that. But if you want a little bit more specific PvP topics, you should check out Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots. We record every second Friday. We will be recording what is right now tomorrow. That is not going to make sense on the recording, though.
Absolutely, and that's like I said, I was listening to it tonight on the way home because I, got a new phone today, so I finally have Stitcher Radio back, so I can finally listen to all my favorite podcasts again. Jab Cup is your co-host, and he's really funny. I like listening to the two of you interact.
I adore him. Everyone says we have like this brother-sister rapport.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, he's one of my closest friends, so
yeah,
it's really
absolutely
cool to be able to do that with him. But anyway, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to sort of summarize what they are looking at doing in Warlords PvP. Because there's not a lot happening right now. It's Season 15, sort of a few weeks into Season 15, so... the thing that I am the most excited about is they are taking out a lot of CC. So there's going to be a lot less CC choices, and last I heard they were getting...
Thank God.
Yeah, they were getting rid of, like, altogether, instant and autocast CCs, as well as getting rid of pet CCs.
Thank God.
Right?
Thank God. Because here's the thing. This is what irritates me about PvP, is CCs. Crowd controls. I'll go in and get stunned like 6 times in a row. Now, how is that fun for anybody?
I actually counted one time. I was on my priest. I was in a CC chain for 93 seconds of the match in a row.
How?
I don't even know how they managed to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like Lock Shaman Druid, which is ridiculous. But anyway,
they just need to get rid of CCs altogether, in my opinion.
So they're getting
that would be a lot more fun.
Yeah, they're getting rid of a lot of CC, and they're also right now there's a whole bunch of diminishing return categories. So like you have your stuns and your mesmerizes and your whatever else, like roots, blah blah blah. They're actually going to combine a lot of them, so that CCs will share a DR. So you can't go straight from a fear into like a horrify because it'll DR on each other. Because right now they don't, because fear is like a long fear and then horrify is a short fear or whatever they call it.
Right.
And they're also actually, I'm glad about this, is they're reducing the duration of fears in PvP because it causes your character to change position, which is a problem. Because that's what they do. Like, they just fear bomb right in the middle, and then all of a sudden I'm across the arena from my team. Sometimes I can't make it back in time.
Gotcha.
They're also looking at health rebalancing. So where your stamina will give you, like, you'll get more health per stamina point. Which means, hopefully, we can get rid of base resilience, which is a joke anyway, and also battle fatigue. And what battle fatigue is when you're being attacked, you take a healing debuff. So the healer's not able to heal you as much in a PvP atmosphere.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like as we do this show, I'm gonna learn so much more.
A lot of people don't know that battle fatigue exists.
Yeah, I knew it exists, but I didn't understand exactly how it worked.
If you go hover over it, it's actually in your spellbook under general. It is there for everybody. And I can't remember what the percent is right now. It's 55 or 60% less healing.
And just because I read it doesn't mean I understand it.
Yeah, well, it just means that you're taking a healing debuff. And I believe it's either 55 or 60% healing debuff, so...
Okay.
And they're also saying that hopefully classes won't be as reliant on gear. Which is awesome, because right now what's happening in arenas is some people pushed raiding, so they actually have enough conquest at this point. Because the higher you're raiding, the more conquest you can actually earn in a week.
Right.
And so some people have pushed their rating, so they have weapons, while some of us don't have weapons yet. So that's a huge deal, especially for, like warriors, death knights, rogues, things that rely very heavily on their weapons.
Right. Well, and I can agree with that a weapon is a huge deal, especially at this expansion. Maybe it's because, I don't know if it's because I'm deeper into a lot of the mechanics and stuff that in this expansion than I was before. But I've noticed weapons are making much more difference, in the weapon upgrades and all that in this expansion than I think than I've felt like in past expansions.
Yeah, and especially right now, if you're looking at the base resilience, because of gear stat changes has been upped to 77%, so everyone has 77% resilience. And with double PvP trinket, you actually end up with 80% resilience. So without a prideful weapon right now, you're pretty much just, hitting the other team with a pool noodle. That's what it feels like.
Here, let me hit you with my wet noodle.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
How does that feel?
Yeah, they've been talking a lot about trying to balance classes. It's never going to happen, guys. There's always going to be a class that's better than another class. We just need to get over it. That's my opinion.
Death Knights. Death Knights.
Actually,
hero class for a reason.
Actually, right now, and probably forever, in Arena and, rated battlegrounds, casters actually reign supreme. Like, you very rarely see a melee do well. Like, it's World of Castercraft right now. Nice. At least if you're in the PvP scene. I'm really excited about the new open world PvP zone. It's supposed to be a lot better, because they tried their little sandbox on the Timeless Isle, and it didn't work out. But there's actually going to be, objectives, and they're going to change depending on what people are doing, and it just sounds really, really cool. They haven't shared a lot of details, but this is one thing that I'm really looking forward to. Come on, Beta Key!
Nice.
The other thing... go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, the other thing that's really exciting to me is the return of skirmishes. So back in Wrath of the Lich King, you could actually go into skirmishes, which are kind of like war games, in that it's unranked. Like, you don't gain or lose rating points. And it's just really cool. Like, you can go in, you can solo queue, or you can be in a group. And you can go and basically, what I'm thinking of using it for is if we need to try out a new comp, or if I'm with new partners, we can go into a skirmish before we actually queue for, rated arenas, and we can see how everything, how we work together. So it's
kind of like a practice thing.
Yeah, but it's still, against another team, and, it's just sort of like a... I don't know. I had a word and then it just escaped me.
It's kind of like maybe a real world type practice situation.
I guess so.
You're not hitting a training dummy.
Yeah, which... But yeah, that's exciting. I don't know why they got rid of those. I know that my friends and I have gone into war games just to see how comps will work out, but the fact that you can just queue for this and get this versus like, trying to find another team that will actually like go against you.
Right. Yeah. I think like you're gonna see more and more and more of the queuing stuff because it's hard to put groups together, and yes, I understand, putting groups together brings more community focus, but there just is so many people that aren't interested in making friends. They just want to play.
Well, the thing that I like about doing it for arena matches like that is, say myself, Jabcup, and Rambush, which is my current 3's team, want to practice a different comp. Like maybe I want to play my shaman, whatever. Rather than trying to find 3 other people to do a war game with us and be like, hey, so can we beat on you for the next 15 minutes? We can just queue and get like a random team. So it just makes it a lot more convenient.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what is this spectator invites?
Oh, so what they're doing is there's a lot of people who run arena tournaments that aren't a part of Blizzard, and they do that using war games. And what they're going to do now is if you're in a war game, there's going to be like a game master, I don't know what to call it, and you're going to be able to like invite people to watch the match. And they're also going to provide you with tournament gear. So the reason I like tournament gear is because then there's no gear disparity between the 2 teams. They're all level playing field. So it's 100% skill and not, 100% gear, which is what's happening right now. And it's just really cool because we've done like little mini guild tournaments like this where we make our teams and then we go against each other. But there wasn't really people couldn't really watch us unless we were streaming. But now you can actually have people in there watching you, which is kind of cool.
That would be cool. I watched some of the PvP matches during BlizzCon, and it was interesting. It was fun to watch. Fun to watch some of the strategies come to light. So yeah, I would love to do the spectator thing. That would be kind of cool.
It would be very cool, and especially if you're doing like a big guild event like that, it's cool that you can invite your guildies to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the last thing is because a lot of people are going to things like OQ, etc., or the forums for arena partners or rated battleground groups, and they're actually going to make it way easier for us to find it using their in-game group finder.
Oh, cool.
Because right now you can, I've been using it actually to do both Celestials and Ordos. I've been using Blizzard's, what do they call it, like O-Raid.
Yeah, we've been calling it like OQ or something, or O-Raid. Yeah, it's that's how I've been doing my Ordos and Celestials groups. Is, through the new in-game O-Raid.
And to be able to find somebody to maybe fill an empty spot in a rated battleground is going to be awesome. Because I hate going to trade chat and being like, looking for blah 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 blah, because then you just get trolled.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
So that's exciting to me. I probably wouldn't do it for arenas. I don't like doing arenas with people that I don't know. But for rated battleground, I think it would be pretty okay.
Gotcha. So one quick question for you. What is your favorite PvP add-on?
Oh. What is it called? Gladiator Iosa?
Day is on the spot.
I am on the
right
spot.
now.
I can't. Oh. Well, if I'm in rated battlegrounds or even arena, I really like Say Sapped. So
what is that?
When a rogue saps you, your character will say in-game sapped, so your team knows what's happening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so very, very useful. Also, I think it's...
Usually when I get sapped, it's...
Oh, believe me,
rogue!
I do the same thing, but the fact that...
I hate you, rogues!
Because sometimes that's just one more thing that I don't have to like communicate to my team. Like my character's doing it for me. That
Nice.
could be just laziness. But like if you listen to us, Arena, like that's all you hear: sapped, cloned, deeped, sheeped. Like it's just
Right.
a bunch of CCs being said into like Skype or Mumble or whatever.
Yeah, no, my vent, my vent or Skype would be, stupid rogues!
But
I hate the rogues!
I think
Because you can't see them. You're just running along and zapped. Wait, where the hell did the freaking rogues?
yeah, they're kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I do it on my druid. I prowl around and then I pounce. So I'm just I'm equally annoying.
Funny story, I have a rogue. She's a very cute little gnome rogue, and you know what her name is?
No idea.
Slapchop.
Oh my god.
Tell me that is not the coolest name for a rogue.
I have to go back and look at my add-on list. I'm sorry. The other one that I really like, I don't know if it's Gladiator Iosa. It announces cooldowns. So you'll hear voices like Remorseless Winter, like, and just things that you need to watch out for.
Nice.
Which is again a little bit more useful in like a battleground situation where there's lots of people and it might be hard to see.
Right?
But I also use it in Arena because it's nice to know if a warrior has freaking avatar up.
Nice. Yeah, I actually have been playing around with my UI lately. And like Elf UI is what I use for raiding and playing in general. And like now I've got it actually set to announce the interrupts in raid chat. So now everybody knows when I'm interrupting, and I don't have to tell them. I don't have to waste time typing. I just, when I hit, mind freeze or strangulate or whatever, it actually pops it up in raid chat so they can see that I did it. So, yep. So with that, I think we have gotten through all our content for this show. What do you think, Dave? Should we start out, bring out some shout outs?
Woo!
Why not? And of course, ladies first, apparently.
Absolutely. Always ladies first.
So I just need to give a huge shout out to the wonderful guildies over in Rebels of Azeroth. You guys have honestly made me feel so welcome, and you guys have been fantastic. And I have to thank you guys so much for everything that you've done. You brought in an outsider and you made me feel like family.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how many guildies will actually listen to the show, but, we'll have some. I know Vodka will listen to the show.
I adore Vodka. I really
Who
do.
doesn't?
He's my priest bro. We're bros. And I also this week have to give a huge shout out to Magic Thighs. I boosted my DK over on his server, and he has gone out of his way to help me gear her, to get gems for her, enchants for her. He came on transmog runs with me. He has just been, like, amazing. Like, I'm so humbled by just his generosity.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And like I said, that's what, playing an MMO is about, is just kind of working together to help each other play better.
Well, yeah, because I had nothing on his server, and it's an Australian server, so I can't even really do anything about it. So, he
Wow.
gave me gold, and then he won't take it back. Now that I've earned it back, and he's like, I'm not taking that. I'm like, come on, please.
Nice. My shout outs, obviously the guild, Rebels of Azeroth, I love you guys. But I got two big shout outs this week. Aiden, who is my raid leader for Team Twaka, the team without a cool acronym. She has absolutely been probably the most amazing raid leader I've ever played under. She's so very level-headed, very cool. She knows the fight. She comes in, and like if we start having issues, she doesn't get like she doesn't, if she gets flustered, I never see it. So, you know, she's just very cool and does a great job just leading this raid team. And I am so happy I asked her to, you know, take on that responsibility, because she has just taken that responsibility and run with it like crazy. Also, Vodka, you're my boy, you know that. Because he is the one that's making sure our flex raids go off every week, you know, as close to without a hitch as possible. So, you know, definitely a big shout out to him for taking on that responsibility. And that's it. That's it for my shout outs. Any closing comments, Day?
Well, I guess I just have to say, don't forget to catch me, the lovely Day, because I'm so humble, on the Let's WoW podcast every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can also find me on Dots, Hots, and Grave Plots, which is every second Friday, also 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at Creature Venus.
The humility is a lie. She's not really humble.
I am so humble.
Sorry guys. Sorry about the coughing through the show. I have been so sick all week, but you know, the show must go on, or at least get started. So you can catch me. I am Nurion on BlizzMaster.com. I write the Burning Embers column. I'm also on That Random Geekcast that you can catch on Twitch every other Monday. We just had a show this past Monday, so in 2 weeks we'll be back on.
You guys were playing Heroes of the Storm, weren't you?
No, Adam was playing Heroes of the Storm.
Oh my god, I was so jealous.
That's it.
I didn't want to.
He's the only one in Alpha. Yeah, he was playing. Basically, our format now is to, you know, play a game while we're talking about just random geeky stuff throughout the week. You know, news and stuff like that, like movies that are coming out and stuff like that. And we just decided, you know, he's the only one in Alpha. I want to watch him play this week, you know. So we just watched him play Heroes of the Storm, and man, gosh, that looks so much fun.
I'm so excited.
I know I'm crying for beta, but I'm also crossing my fingers that I get a beta code. You know, I'm signed up for every Blizzard beta, you know, that I can sign up for. So Blizzard, if you're listening, beta, any beta, Nurion.
What about Day? We'll give Day a beta.
No, just Nurion.
He will do unspeakable things for beta keys.
Anyway, so I am also on Twitter. I am at Nurion, NEURION_ROA for Rebels of Azeroth. My email is nurion@blizzmaster.com. I am also on the Draenor US server, as I am the guild manager, not guild master, guild manager of Rebels of Azeroth. And of course, now, the Rebellion. Good night, everybody. Play hard, but play fair. This show has been a proud presentation of the Blizzmaster Network. You can find all the information you need, Blizzard-related, over at www.blizzmaster.com. Portions of this podcast were produced by Blizzard Entertainment and used for creative purposes only. No copyright infringement was intended. Background music written and composed by Luis Rodriguez. You can find all his music over at luisrodriguez.com. Go check it out! As always, thank you for listening to The Rebellion. You can find us on both iTunes and Stitcher, and please feel free to leave a review. Thank you.